The Parker 50, also called the Falcon. These slender pens were made in the late 1970s to early 1980s. They were offered in black, gold, silver, and brown that we see here today. The top finial is flat with a metal insert. The bottom has a small indent. The overall pen is made out of metal with a matte finish. The clip is the classic Parker style arrow clip that's springy and functional. The bottom of the cap reads Parker and Made in USA. The cap is flush to the barrel and it is a pull-off cap, which reveals the most interesting part of this pen, and that's its integrated nib. An integrated nib is a nib that is one piece with the section. And there's a standard black plastic feed. Now, something to note with this section is it does have a silky finish that is extremely delicate and easy to scratch. I see lots of pens for resale that have bad gouges on this piece. As we move up on the pen, we have a metal ring that's used to hold the cap in place. The cap does post deeply and securely. And the cap does a good job at sealing. I found that I can go over a month without writing, and I can uncap this and it'll write right away. The barrel unscrews to reveal a standard Parker converter. I believe this pen originally came with an aerometric style converter. I purchased this one aftermarket. It cost maybe about $10, so not bad. In terms of size comparisons, here we have the Parker 50, a standard Pilot rollerball pen, and a Sharpie. To disassemble the Parker 50, there isn't much to it. Cap pulls off, barrel unscrews, and the converter also pulls out. That's about it. The section, nib, and feed are all one piece glued together. So that's the pen disassembled. To reassemble it, take your section, your converter slides into place, barrel screws on, and the cap just pushes back onto the section. Ready to ink up. Inking up the Pilot 50, this is Diamine Ancient Copper. I've put it in a Pilot Iroshizuku bottle just to ease with the inking up pens. We're going to want to uncap it and take the barrel off. Converter is already all the way down. Submerge the nib into ink and give the converter a twist. As with the other piston fillers, I like to do this twice just to make sure I get a good fill. We'll go ahead and wipe away the excess ink. I'm going to cap the pen just to make sure that nib doesn't get damaged in any way. Put the barrel down, and we're ready to write. Okay, writing with the Parker Falcon. It has an integrated nib. If I were to guess, it'd be a fine, though it's not labeled. Our ink, again, is Diamine. Ancient Copper. In terms of flex, there isn't much. This is a steel nib and it's pretty darn stiff. For reverse writing, it's scratchy and a little bit painful to do. I wouldn't recommend it. So what do I think of the Parker 50? It's a very pretty pen. The integrated nib is beautiful to look at. I don't know if it's the most practical thing in the world for a few reasons. One being that section is made out of that silky finish, which gives you a decent amount of grip, but it is extremely fragile. I've been babying this pen to make sure I don't scratch it. And the other reason being, it kind of deters you from trying to tune this nib. If you tune this nib and you mess up, you're not just scrapping a nib, you're scrapping the entire pen. So I think that this pen is a fun pen to collect, a nice one to look and admire in your collection, not one I would personally take out very often. But yeah, a nice pen. And that just leaves me to say, thank you for watching.